So we have more news about the Avengers Doomsday trailers. We have 4 so far, and it looks like 4 more are coming as 3 more have actually been confirmed at this point in time. What is going on, Cosmic Crew? Thanks for stopping by the channel today. Trailer 7 for Avengers Doomsday has been confirmed. It is listed on the Korea Media Board's rating site, which all of the other ones before were also listed upon. So this is a clear indicator that we have at least 3 more coming, but here's the deal. We should have 4 more coming because according to very credible accounts who usually are very accurate when trailers are coming with their reports, they have said that the full official trailer for Avengers Doomsday is going to be released during the Super Bowl. So the Super Bowl is February 8th, which means since the 4th trailer just released today, the one with Shuri, Namor, M'Baku, and The Thing. If you don't know about that one, we did a video about it yesterday, breaking it down, or a couple of days ago, sorry. That's in theaters right now, which means from now till the Super Bowl, we have 4 more weeks for trailers to be included in spots. Now, I'm not sure if they're all going to be attached to Avatar, Fire, and Ash. The first 4 are. The second 4 probably will be. And if it's anything like they've done before, it doesn't really seem like they're going to release them online at the same time. But this is basically a giant marketing plan and tease for the teaser trailer, which is going to be released during the Super Bowl. So the big question is, what exactly are trailer 4, 5, sorry, we already have 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 going to be about? And I'm sure probably next week sometime, we're going to see that the 8th trailer has been submitted for rating on the Korea Media Board and other rating sites as well. We get some from Brazil and New Zealand and Australia sometimes. So it could really pop up anywhere. And I'm sure we're going to get that pretty soon. So I think this is basically what Marvel is going to show because they kind of need to show these characters. So in no particular order, because I don't know if these are going to come in 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm not quite sure of the order, but here's who we will probably see. Now, first things first, for the first full official teaser trailer, we have actually been hearing some rumors. They're not confirmed, obviously, but we've been hearing some reports that Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and Deadpool and Wolverine are going to be shown in the teaser trailer, which would be massive. That would be huge. And we've talked about this before on the channel and on the podcast. If they're revealing these characters already, if they're revealing that Steve Rogers is returning in the first teaser trailer, if they're revealing, that we're getting Thor back and we're getting the X-Men, Ian McKellen, Patrick Stewart, James Marsden as Cyclops, they're revealing all of that. Imagine what they're saving for the movie. So revealing that Tobey Maguire is back as Spider-Man might happen in the teaser trailer, and that really would get people pumped, and it would actually show them what Marvel Studios is planning on actually doing with this movie, what it's really about. The entirety of Marvel's history is coming together. So we've seen that with these teases, right? Actually, trailer 4 showed us that universes have now collided, right? We have the Fantastic Four in the Earth 616 universe. So we now have other people from another universe in our Earth working with our people, right? We saw The Thing with M'Baku. And that brings me to what I think 5, 6, 7, or 8 is going to show: Reed Richards and Beast. It makes sense to show Reed Richards, right? It's Pedro Pascal. He's a really big actor. The Fantastic Four is relatively fresh. And it was received pretty well by everybody, but people are going to get excited seeing Reed and then Beast. It makes sense to tease Beast because he's another X-Men. Plus, the Marvel's post-credit scene showed him. And I think this trailer would be them working together because from what we've heard, this was a report. I don't know if it was meant to be for the 4th one and it just ended up being incorrect, or maybe we'll see it in a new one. But we've heard some reports about Reed Richards talking about he has pretty much exhausted everything that he could do from his universe. He's hoping that this universe could help out. Maybe that is actually the X-Men universe and he's with Beast. But we do know from a recent report, and a report, there's been several reports about this. One was pretty recent. Some have happened actually quite a few months ago. But many insiders seem to have reported that there is going to be a device that Reed has, Beast has, Shuri has, and I'm sure some other people as well are going to have, depending on how they split off the teams, that counts down till the incursion is going to happen between our world, the 828 world, and the X-Men universe. So I think showing Reed and Beast kind of make that device and talk about it would make sense, because in every teaser we've gotten so far, we've had that countdown clock at the end. Right now it's counting down to the movie. Even though when the trailer first leaked for Steve Rogers, it was counting down, it had a different number. I think it was counting down to the release of the full trailer, but we'll have to wait and see on that. But that's going to be a big part of the movie. So to tease that would make a lot of sense. Plus, again, to show Reed Richards and Beast would make sense as well. Now, another one that just I think has to happen is the new Avengers and the Thunderbolts. I know we just got movies for them, but you have to show what they're doing in this movie. You have to tease them, and you actually have to show them together, I think. I think that would, if they're looking for hype and they're looking to get people excited, I think that would do it. So we have Sam Wilson's Captain America, and keep in mind, Sam Wilson's an OG. Right? He came in the Winter Soldier, and Bucky, we got to see Bucky. He's an OG as well. They're going to get people excited. Say what you want about Captain America Brave New World, but I still do think people really like Anthony Mackie. They might like him as Falcon more, but I still think they really like. Same thing with Bucky and the Thunderbolts. I think people really like the Thunderbolts, and I think it just makes perfect sense to tease these two teams. I think they have to. I think it's necessary to tease these. So that could be, again, 5, 6, 7, 8. We don't know. I don't know the order, but I do think we're going to get a tease for these two. After all, it's an Avengers film. You got to show the Avengers teams, right? Because so far we haven't really seen the Avengers team. We have seen the Fantastic Four, the Wakandans, the Talikans. We've seen Steve Rogers on his own, Thor on his own, because he's off planet as far as we know. He has been off planet. So to show our Avengers teams, the new Avengers and the Thunderbolts / new Avengers, OG Avengers and new Avengers, I guess is the way to classify that. To show them on our planet makes a lot of sense. And the next one, I think this one would be crazy big. We'll talk about that in just a bit, but first, a big thank you to FlexiSpot for sponsoring this video. FlexiSpot sent me their E7 standing desk, and I've had other standing desks in the past, and there's a problem with them. They're not that sturdy, but the E7 FlexiSpot desk is said to be a lot sturdier. So when I started to unpack this, I immediately noticed that the materials were really heavy and it just seemed like they were made better. I did notice it is a really strong and sturdy desk, and it can handle up to 440 pounds. On top of it, I jumped on it and it was fine. It wasn't wobbling at all. A big problem I've always had is I put mic stands on my desk. They're attached to the desk, so if I move or hit the desk at all, they wobble. The same thing goes with monitors, but this one has dual motors. Each leg has a motor, and they are incredibly sturdy, and it goes from 22.8 inches to 48.4 inches in height. They have a 15-year warranty and a 30 days risk-free return service. So if you're looking for a new standing desk, this is by far the best one that I have personally owned, and I've owned a few of them. Head to the link in my description to check out FlexiSpot's E7 standing desk, the best desk that I have personally ever owned. Next one, I think this one would be crazy big. Doctor Strange, right? Benedict Cumberbatch, after saying he's not going to be in the movie, clarified and said he is going to be in the movie. So we know he's going to be in Avengers Doomsday. He might side with Doom. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. Not necessarily to turn on the Avengers, but because he actually does believe that the only way to secure a future is to side with Doom, at least in the moment. In the future, in Secret Wars, I do think he turns on him, obviously. But in this trailer, I would love a hint at Wanda's return. I would love a hint at Wanda's return. We've heard some reports in the past, nothing recently, but I think almost everybody wants the Scarlet Witch to return. I do. I love Elizabeth Olsen. I love the Scarlet Witch. She's tied with Thor for my favorite character of the Avengers. That's not counting the X-Men, but the Avengers. So a tease for her, maybe some red lights, right? Doctor Strange is talking to somebody and there's a red glow kind of on the side or something, on his face or something like that. And then I also think we could see Shang-Chi and Clea. He was with Clea the last time we saw him, and Shang-Chi is supposed to be working with Wong, right? And Wong could also be a part of the new Avengers, but I think if Strange gets his own trailer, which I think they should do, Shang-Chi shows up as well. And then Wong and maybe Katie and Clea. I think that would be a good trailer. I think that would get people really hyped. And then another one that I think we really need, that I don't think they should save for the official teaser trailer, is Loki. Tom Hiddleston recently said something. I have it here. Tom Hiddleston recently said that he was able to do things that he hasn't yet been able to explore with Loki in Avengers Doomsday. And he before said that his role in this, what he has done, what he's filmed so far is momentous. It's insanely huge. So Loki is going to have a massive role to play in Avengers Doomsday, which makes sense. He's holding so many threads together right now, right? So many different people alive in these universes, which I'm sure, Steve Rogers' universe is one of those. He's holding them together. And he can see everything that's going on as well in these branches. We've seen that right at the end of Loki. He can actually see into it. So he can see Doom coming as long as Doom is in one of those universes. I'm sure he's going to go outside of the universes and the Library of Worlds, etc. But he can see what Doom is doing to these timelines. And based on everything we know so far, Doom is headed to the TVA to get Loki. And he probably does dethrone him. And eventually Loki has to let go or be dethroned from those branches, and they have to disconnect from him because we know the multiverse is basically going to be destroyed at the end of Avengers Doomsday, because going into Secret Wars, we're going to get Battle World. So I think those are probably those have the best chance of being what we're going to see for these next trailers. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Again, Reed and Beast. We have Strange, the new Avengers, and the OG Avengers, and then Loki. Again, Tobey Maguire, Hugh Jackman, and Ryan Reynolds as Spider-Man, Wolverine, and Deadpool. They're reported to be shown in the official teaser trailer, and it makes sense to show the teaser trailer during the Super Bowl. It just does. It just makes sense. There's millions of eyes on it. Marvel has utilized the Super Bowl so many times in the past before. And yeah, whether that's going to be, hey, this is a 30-second clip of the trailer, go check out the full thing online, or they just simply throw the full thing, show the full thing during the Super Bowl, and then throw it online at the same time, which it will come out at the same time. They've always done that. If it's released during the Super Bowl, they release it online at the same time. Maybe like a minute after they release it, but it's pretty much at the same time. So we're not far away. In fact, we're like 4 weeks away at this point in time. Actually, we're exactly a month away. It's January 8th. Super Bowl comes out February 8th. And we should have 4 trailers in between. 5, 6, and 7 have been rated, so those are confirmed. Again, I think 8's going to be rated and confirmed next week. But let me know what you think we're going to see for these trailers. I've just told you what I think. I think there's a pretty good chance of that, but let me know if you think differently. If I missed anybody you think, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And please, let me know how excited you are for all of this in the comments. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the latest Avengers Doomsday news. And you can also find us on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Snapchat. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.